If you've ever felt like you're eating healthy but your body just isn't changing, this video is for you. Today I'm breaking down exactly how to get lean as a petite girl, how I set my macros, what I actually buy at the grocery store, and meals that help me lose fat without restriction. I'm 5'1" and it has taken me years of trial and error to figure out how to eat in a way that lets me get lean while also maintaining my muscle, along with feeling full, satisfied, and not obsessing over food. So let's start with the foundation, how I set up my macros as a petite. The number one thing that matters for fat loss is your calorie deficit. This means that we're eating less calories than we burn. You can use any online calculator, I will link one below, or literally just ask ChatGPT for a calorie target based on your stats and activity level. Super easy and straightforward. Once we've found our maintenance calories, we're gonna subtract 250 to 500 calories from that number. If this number looks ridiculously low, please focus on increasing your food and building muscle before you create a calorie deficit. Do you have to track macros? No, of course not. I just like it because it takes all of the guesswork out of the equation, and I know that if I'm eating that amount, I will reach my goals. But how you structure those calories determines how your body looks and feels. I always start with protein. It will be your best friend while you're getting lean. Protein keeps you full, boosts your metabolism, and makes sure that you're maintaining muscle while losing fat, which is the key to that toned, sculpted look instead of just looking flat. I set my protein target at around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you can't manage this amount, it's totally fine. It does not mean that you will not put on any muscle. Feel free to adjust this based on your own preferences and what works for you. Then I set fats at around 30 to 35% of my overall calories. These keep your hormones, energy, and mood in check. The rest I fill in with carbs. They fuel my workouts, recovery, and honestly just make food way more enjoyable, but they also allow us the most room for flexibility. But instead of stressing over exact numbers, I just make sure to build my plate around a lean protein source, a healthy carb, a healthy fat, and some color, veggies or fruit for volume and nutrients. Let me show you what this looks like when I grocery shop. Eat lean to get lean. We want protein sources with the best calorie to protein ratio. Mostly protein, minimal fats and carbs. For that reason, I will always look for protein sources above 95% lean. That's just because those have the best calorie to protein ratio. Some of my staples are chicken breast, lean ground turkey, lean ground beef, turkey bacon, deli meat in moderation, tuna fish, egg whites and eggs, low-fat cottage cheese and non-fat Greek yogurt, and whey protein, which I always have at home. Recently, I skip as much processed protein as possible, so that means protein bars, because most of them are just glorified candy bars that are so expensive and also upset my stomach. Next up, we're gonna grab some healthy carb sources. Carbs are not bad for you. They just give us the most flexibility in terms of how we can manipulate them to make it easier to reach our goals. You can swap them for lower calorie options to lean down or bring them back in if you need more support for recovery and training. Pre or post workout, I like to go for some quick digesting carbs like rice cakes, sourdough, or some fruit. And then for meals that I need to keep me full for longer, I always go for some slower digesting carbs with more fiber. This is gonna look like sweet potatoes or oatmeal. If you're constantly hungry, try focusing on low calorie, high volume carbs. They will literally make it so much easier to stick to your deficit. Now for some healthy fats. Fats are essential in moderation. They make meals satisfying and support hormone health and regulate your menstrual cycle, but they're also very nutrient dense, so I make sure to have them in moderation and keep my servings small and measured. Some of my favorite fats are avocado, some sort of cheese or parmesan, nut butter, olive oil, and dark chocolate always. Now for some veggies. If you want to be able to eat big portions while also losing fat, veggies are so helpful. I build every meal around volume foods because they fill up your plate and they make your meals so much more fun to eat. Some of my favorites are zucchinis, mushrooms, tomatoes, squash, Trader Joe's salad kits for a quick and easy high volume dinner addition that always hits the spot, and shredded lettuce that I literally start every single meal with. Don't underestimate how much starting with a low calorie volume option helps your meals seem more satisfying and helps them hold you over for longer. And finally, it's time for the treats. This is usually where people burn out or find it really hard to stay consistent, but I don't do any no sugar sugar rules. I just pick things that satisfy me and that also fit my macros. These include popcorn, dark chocolate again, or healthier treats like Yasso bars. They're frozen Greek yogurt bars. I talk about them all the time. They are so tasty. Honestly, I like them better than actual ice cream. The goal is balance and finding treats that you actually like so it doesn't feel like you're making any sacrifices. Here's what a few of my go-to meals look like in real life. Eating in a calorie deficit does not mean you have to eat sad, pathetic, tiny meals, okay? This egg scramble is so high volume and literally 45 grams of protein for 350 calories. I start with some onion and turkey bacon in the pan, add whatever veggies you like and however many eggs, and then I add 200 grams of egg whites and some cottage cheese for protein and that amazing cheesy texture. This keeps me full until lunchtime easily and always hits the spot when I'm craving eggs. My favorite lazy snack or lunch is a fat-free Greek yogurt bowl with some protein powder, overnight oats or chia seed pudding. I make them with soy milk or almond milk. Then I top it off with whatever fruits I like and a little peanut butter to keep me full for longer. I also add a tiny bit of granola and coconut, but make sure to measure because granola is very high calorie and not super nutritious, and enjoy. The best dinners include preppable ingredients that are quick and easy to assemble. I love sweet potatoes, but I also want a bit more volume, so I mix them in with some other vegetables. Tonight it was Brussels sprouts, squash, and onion for less calories, more volume, and more satiation. Don't cut foods out, just try to add more volume in. I always add minimal oil and some salt and pepper and bake instead of saute. It tastes way better to me, and it's also a way to cut unnecessary added calories. I always choose a lean protein. Tonight it's 99% lean turkey. Then I finish it off with a bit of sugar-free ketchup or sugar-free barbecue sauce and a little Parmesan for flavor. If you know me, you know I love a good meal out and I'm a total foodie. In fact, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to sacrifice having fun and enjoying eating out to reach your goals. I keep my diet about 80% on track and minimize liquid calories and alcohol in general so that when I do eat out around once a week and indulge mindfully, my progress remains consistent. With time and learning about nutrition and how your body reacts to various habits, you'll begin to understand how to navigate eating out without it derailing your progress. I usually opt for grilled foods instead of fried, and I steer away from liquid sweeteners in coffees and other drinks, but everything is best enjoyed in moderation. If you're not seeing the results you want, then simply adjust your habits. Your body is a direct reflection of your lifestyle. Losing fat is not about cutting food out. It's about understanding what to put on your plate and why. The goal is not to survive on low-calorie foods. It's to build a nourishing, sustainable lifestyle that actually fuels your goals and makes fat loss feel easy. Because the only way that we'll stick to these habits long-term is if we actually enjoy them. If this video was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.